integration by recognition. So one thing we need to realize that if you integrate the f prime x, it gives us the original function, which is f of x. So the derivative of f prime x, and if you integrate that, that gives us the original function. So let's have a look at this example here, where f of x equals to the natural log of x cubed plus 5. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get the differentiation of this function. Then we need to use that concept to find the antiderivative of this. Let's have a look. So our f of x was so the derivative of this will be that. And so everything inside, we just differentiate. And it's going to be x cubed 5. So that is f prime x. So if we integrate that, which is the second part of the question, and we just integration by recognition, we just need to realize that this is what the question is asking. So we want to find out the derivative of that, which is that. And we need to understand that it's exactly the same as the derivative function. And the only difference is there is 3 with the derivative. So that if we take that 3 out, it's going to be the same thing as what the question is asking. The question is asking us to find the derivative of this. So if we compare that with the f prime x, the only difference is that 3. So that means, and our definition says that if you integrate the f prime x, gives you f of x plus c, which is the constant. So now we take that 3, that they're the same, the only difference is the 3, take it out. So now that is exactly the same as the function we started with, which was f that plus c. So now we need to divide this 3 to the other side and add the c after. And that's it. That's how we actually do. Let's have a look at another example based on this concept, integration by recognition. It's a very common exam question. So this function here, if you have this, let's say another function. So if we rewrite this, so this is the same as that, and we find the derivative of this, then we hence find. So the question is asking to find the antiderivative of So the first thing we need to do is we need to get the derivative of this, the original function. And we need to realize that the original, if we integrate the derivative function, we get the original function. So now the f prime x, so this is, we use chain rule for this. So that gives us our derivative has to be that squared. So now if we compare this, the differentiated function, with what the question is asking us to find, we realize that it's exactly the same thing. The only difference is that 3 out there. And we need to take that 3 out. So if I take that 3 out, so this is, remember that we've said if we integrate the derivative, it's the same as the original function. So now this is my derivative function. So that means we take the 3 out. So it's going to be the same thing as this. So that's actually 6, isn't it? So that has to be 6. To take the 6 out, that's going to be 6. So it's going to be the same as the original function, which was this. And we divide the 6 on both sides. And that gives us 1/6 plus c. All right, and that's how we actually do integration by recognition. The only thing we need to understand is the original function. If we integrate the derivative, it takes us back to the original function. That's the only thing, that's the only concept we need to understand, integration by recognition.